Hey all, welcome back to the channel. So I'm making this video because I purchased this SOG Terminus XR recently to replace my everyday carry for at work. And primarily I was carrying these two knives. I'd carry this one at work in my pocket, and that's why it sits right next to a pocket clip flashlight as well. That's why it's got a lot of wear on it already. Things on like the titanium pocket clip. This is a Paramilitary 3 S30V, just a good knife. Back compression lock, kind of comes down and opens up just smooth. Head drops free, just a smooth knife. Had a friend polish the heck out of that edge, just mirror finish. But nonetheless, that was the knife I was carrying. You can see the wear on that, on the G10 handle. Like this a lot. It's also like a $130 knife. So if you go to pry on it, if you go to use it, or you lose it, you're gonna kind of cry a little bit. One of my favorite knives I've ever purchased. But so I was kind of thinking, you know, what could I carry instead of? But this is what I carry when I'm not at work. And another knife that I've just really grown to love, same as S30V steel. It's the Benchmade Osborne Mini or Mini Osborne. A phenomenal knife, pretty smoothest action out of the Benchmades I own. I also have a mini bug out, and people say that if you want to own one Benchmade, own the mini bug out, and I agreed with them and I bought it. And now I say I would put that to, if you want to own one Benchmade or add a Benchmade to your collection, the mini Osborne defeats, to me, in my mind, the mini bug out. Action is smoother out of the box. Handle placement, size of the handle, I like it better. Knife, the shape itself gets a little, you know, being used to that reverse Tonto look. Really kind of takes some time to get used to. Now that I have it, it'd be hard for me not to. But it's a good knife, and the only thing I hate is that pocket clip. I do not clip this on my pants because it sits out too far. This just goes in the pocket, kind of like the old school case knives and the trappers and all that. This just gets put in my pocket, and that's how I carry this. And so again, good knife, you know, no problem with the action, smooth action. Gets a little dirty once in a while, but is very smooth. Fun fidget factor. I fidget with this nonstop, including this one too. I mean, this is just nonstop fidget. So I went out and bought this SOG Terminus to replace this for my everyday work. And for the money, again, this is a $40 knife, $50 knife compared to over $100, $115 to $185 now to $135, whatever it was. You cannot beat this knife. D2 steel, which, if I'm not mistaken, Benchmade used to only come in D2 steels. D2 steel knife, solid, and the action, I would say, locks up better than my Benchmade here. The Benchmade feels like it's got a little bit more play in it. Now this, I don't know what's going on, because this goes deep in my pocket nonstop and it stays clean. It freely drops, there's no grit in it. Fidget factor is there with it nonstop. This one just seems to get a little grittier faster, and so I'm gonna have to open it up and see what's in there. Maybe I can replace the washer or something that it's riding on, or whatever is in there. I don't know, but the fidget factor is there. It's harder. This little flipper tab is not smooth. That is not a way that I would say deploying this knife in an effective manner. Now, it might get the thumb stud out to you a little bit quicker, but you either use a thumb stud on this one or flick of the wrist with the XR lock. So again, XR lock, access lock from Benchmade, similar process where it's got that little bar in there, releases the knife. On this one, if you look in there, and it's hard to see it, you also have to take it apart to notice, but where that flipper is, it kind of goes around. There you go. See that bar? The flipper goes around the bar. I feel like that's almost more of a, I don't know, like probably stable lock, at least in the closed. And maybe it means does nothing, but you kind of see where that bar for the axis, or the XR lock kind of fits in there. Maybe that was one way to kind of get around the patent, I don't know. But nonetheless, it is a decent knife. If this flipper was a little more, I don't know, played off angles better, it probably could flip that a little bit better, but as it stands right now, it's not a good flipper. But compared to them, I mean, compare the three knives, and you have relatively same blade length in all three of them, relatively same handle length in all three. Paramilitary 3, of course, has just got a lot more grip to it, which makes that a very stable knife to hold. You have a lot more hold and choil to grip up on if you want, different ways to hold it. Whereas, you know, this one's just a nice big stick. You probably don't want to go in front of that. That would cause a boo-boo, I'm sure. You'd only do that once till you slipped. And same thing with this, you're not going to go past that hilt there with this knife. I mean, again, it would only take one slip and it changed your decision on that. But again, deep carry pocket clip on this one, deep carry on this. It didn't come that way, this is added. Non-deep carry on this, and someday it'll probably be changed. But those are the three blades, the the Terminus XR lock, D2 steel, the Benchmade, and that's the SOG, the Benchmade Mini Osborne with the S30V, and then the Paramilitary 3 S30V as well from Spyderco. So, well, thanks for watching. Remember, stay connected, stay informed. See you on the next video.